So this is a product where there's multiple sellers doing over $4 million in sales every single month on Amazon. I'm going to show you what the product is shortly, so don't click away. And then I'm going to dive into the reasons why this is a terrible product and a terrible niche to go into. Now don't click away because I've just said it's a terrible niche to go into, because what I'm going to explain is fundamentally why it's a really terrible niche, especially for a beginner, and the reasons and the analysis that I show and I give in this video, you can apply to all of your product research. So I think everybody, as a beginner, if you're in the product research stage, you're going to learn a lot from this video and using this product as an example. All right, so enough messing about. Let me have a drum roll, please. Let's reveal the product that's doing over $4 million a month. It is these massage guns. Now, you may have seen me talk about these on Twitter. You may have seen my other video on YouTube that I did where I talked about these. And the demand for these is absolutely nuts. I think they've been around for like 4 or 5 years, maybe a bit less, but there's so much demand for these on Amazon that there's multiple sellers doing over $4 million. Like I said, I think at the moment, at the time of recording this, one seller is doing $4.4 million. Now, I bought this massage gun about 4 or 5 months ago because I had a bad back. When I did that, I started to look a little bit closely at the niche. Now, I said before that I was going to outline the reasons why I think this is basically an absolutely terrible niche to go into, especially as a beginner. Now, the first reason why I think this is terrible, and this is a reason that you can apply to your own product research, is that the niche is just way too big. Now, if we look at the top sellers here, as I said, at the moment, there's people that are doing over $4 million. Now, you might think that it's a good thing that there's people making millions in this niche because maybe you only want to do $20,000 a month, so you only need to take a small slice of that huge pie in order to make a decent amount of money. But the problem with that is related to how Amazon works as a search engine, because most people don't realize that Amazon is actually a search engine. So people search keywords or products, and then Amazon has an algorithm that it sorts all of these products, and the ones that appear at the top are the ones that Amazon's algorithm deems the most relevant to your search. So the whole goal of what we're trying to do as Amazon sellers is get to that #1 spot for all of the keywords that are related to our product. If you appear organically at the top of the search results, then you don't have to pay for as much advertising. You're going to get a lot of sales, a lot of people clicking on your listing. In order to get to that front page for whatever keyword it is that you're looking at, in this case, massage guns, you are going to have to match or beat the sales that those current sellers are doing. If we look at the massage gun niche and we look at the sellers at the top, they are doing thousands upon thousands of sales for these guns every single month. So that means if you want to rank organically and if you want to appear on the front page here, you would have to match those sales. Now, you might be saying, well, there's smaller keywords that you can compete on, but even on those smaller keywords, you're going to have to do a ton of sales in order to get there. So if we think these massage guns, if you go on Alibaba.com and you look at how much they cost, they range between like $15 and $20 depending on the size of the massage gun, whatever. If you want to ship one of those, if you want to buy those and you want to ship them from China, from Alibaba, and you want to ship them to the US or wherever you're selling on Amazon, you're probably going to spend about $20, $25 per unit. So if you want to do, for example, 10,000 units a month, that's $250,000 worth of stock that you need to buy. So this is the big thing that people don't really realize and they don't understand about Amazon, is that you need to match the sales velocity of the people that are already selling. And in order to do that, you need to have enough stock to be able to compete at their level. So if these cost $25 and I need to order 10,000 of them just for 1 month's worth of sales, that's $250,000 I'm spending on stocks. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't have 250 grand lying around to launch a massage gun.
Well, I'm out, man.
So that's the first reason, that the niche is just way too big, it's way too expensive to enter, you're not going to be able to compete. The second reason that I don't like massage guns or products like this is because they're extremely difficult to customize. If we think about this as an actual product, right? It's made from plastic, meaning that if you want to get this to be longer or shorter, you want to change how this looks, you're going to need to get a plastic injection mold. Now, doing that is expensive. We've done it for one of our products recently and it was $10,000. I suspect for a product like this, it's probably going to be around the same. It's a very complex product with a lot of moving parts. So that means if you want to customize it, if you want to make it better and you want to improve upon these current designs, you're going to have to invest a lot of money. And if you look at the products that have launched on Amazon and they've done well, it's because they've innovated in this niche. They've made different shapes, different sizes, but they will be companies and brands that have got probably millions to spend on developing a new massage gun and then spending hundreds of thousands to launch it on Amazon. Now, I actually did a video last year where I talked about another Amazon guru and he was actually working with one of his students on his YouTube channel to launch one of these. And at the time, I outlined the reasons why I thought it was a terrible idea and it would fail. That product went on to fail. They've not done a video since I did my video where I said the Amazon guru shouldn't have let that guy launched it. Go and check out that other video if you want to watch. But basically, the reasons I outlined in that video were the same as the reasons that I'm going to outline in this video, that it's just not a good product to go into because the demand is way too big. You don't have enough money to be able to compete. And also, it's incredibly difficult to customize a massage gun. So you might be thinking, how do I apply this reasoning and this logic to my own product research? So what you should be doing is making sure that you've got enough money to launch whatever product you're looking at. If the top sellers in your niche are doing $20,000, $30,000, if you want to get up to their level, you're going to need about $20,000 up to $30,000 because it usually costs between 80 and 100% of your target revenue to launch a product. So if you want to do $20,000 in sales every single month, you're probably going to need about $20,000 to launch that product. So you might be thinking, well, I don't have $20,000 to launch a product on Amazon, but it doesn't mean that you need that much to get started. You just need to make sure that the niche that you go into, you can actually afford to do it and you can actually afford to launch with enough stock. So this is why I would recommend everybody avoid niches like this. Go into niches where you can afford to launch the product properly. Get products that you're not just getting from Alibaba and putting a logo on. Source products that you can customize easily, not things that are made like this where they're very complex and very expensive to customize. Go into small niches where you can afford to launch and you will have success if you make an amazing listing, if you follow a proper launch plan, and if you do everything in the right way, you can make great money with Amazon FBA. All right, go and check out this video here where Tom talks about something that's changed with Amazon recently that's going to make it 100 times easier for new sellers to get started in 2023.